where do you think Marvel's going? What do you think is going to happen with Marvel?
I really don't know. I think. Have you seen the shows, like WandaVision and Falcon?
Not really. Honestly, I just didn't care about them enough.
Right?
I
Like, I did not give a shit after Endgame.
yeah.
Like, I was weird because I love these movies because like
Mhm.
in a weird way where like I don't love them for the reasons a lot of people like them. I like them for like the filmmaking reasons, and like it's insane that these are like I don't know, these interconnected movies and
Mhm.
they work. They're
Yeah.
even if one they're competent. You know what I mean? They're not shit.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like even if like Black Panther to me, I could care less about that movie, but
Mhm.
it still is super impressive, and it's like holy shit, this works as a movie,
Yeah.
even though it's like I probably won't watch it again.
Yeah.
But like yeah, but then you have like Iron Man where I can watch that like so many times over and over, Avengers over and over, like but like yeah, it's just interesting now because those shows, um WandaVision especially, is almost like a fresh what I can't even talk. A breath of fresh air. I was gonna say a breath
Mhm.
of breath air. Sorry. Because like yeah, it's just short also. Like it doesn't overstay its welcome because I was like, oh shit, we're getting TV shows now of
Mhm.
this shit. Like the movies were already starting to feel overkill. But then it's like just a nice 6 episode season and they're not gonna make any more seasons. And I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, this is sweet. It's just like a little longer movie, but it
Yeah.
also gives it more time to breathe because like
Mhm.
they just get time to be characters. And I was like, I really liked it, and it feels like a movie at the same time. Like
Yeah.
that's the weird part. That really fucking blew my mind actually, because like like the Netflix movies, Daredevil and Luke Cage and all that.
Mhm.
Like, I'm sorry, they look low budget as fuck. Like
Yeah.
you can tell. Even like Agents of Shield, that other one that where it's connected with the Marvel movies. It feels low budget. Like I'm sorry if people like those. I like Daredevil in those shows. I can't stand Agents of Shield and other shit like that. They feel so low, but they feel like TV. But
Mhm.
then you watch WandaVision and Falcon, it feels like a fucking movie. Like
Yeah.
it looks like a movie. And it blew my mind. Like, and so that's the interesting part. But then I just see these trailers for the Eternals and Black Widow, and I'm like, it just looks like more Marvel movies. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm so like teetering. You know what I mean? That
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, cause yeah, I guess it also helps too that the COVID kind of spread the time apart
Mhm.
because it's like wasn't I think Black Widow was supposed to come out like April last year, wasn't it, or something? And like
Yeah.
it was supposed to start way sooner. So like I think it would have been I think kind of helped because I kind of started missing seeing it, Marvel
Yeah.
in a way
Mhm.
because I was like, hey, there hasn't really been anything for a while because I wanted them to wait a year. I'm like, after Endgame, please just take a fucking break. Like
Mhm.
Endgame literally was the most perfect ending to that whole long wait. And then we have fucking Spider-Man Far From Home right after. It's like, stop. Like, you just had the most biggest ending of your life. And then you're like, Ant-Man.
Yeah, they
Okay.
definitely should have flushed something down the toilet after Endgame. Just like
Yeah,
take
like
take
just
this, recalibrate your expectations. We're not going to be as good as Endgame. I mean,
right.
those heroes, those characters, those are people that I've grown up with. I remember
Yeah,
seeing Iron Man as a young child, and that sparked
I
off the
mean,
entire thing. We've been able to grow up with this entire series, and yeah, I think that's a part of me caring less about the shows is I just don't know who these people are. Like I
yeah,
understand. I love the comics. I love comics. I love what Marvel's done in their the old scale, the old style comics.
yeah,
They're just so good. But now that Iron Man, Captain America, I'm a big fan of Doctor Who. That's more of a Benedict Cumberbatch thing. But for a lot of these people, I'm kind of like, eh. Actually, I love Chris Hemsworth. I think that Thor is
yeah.
the
And they really found a
Ragnarok was one of my favorite
yeah, they've
Marvel
really
movies.
found a good footing. That's the weird part, like, right? Where like I don't know, with Marvel, it's just like they always do stuff to make me start to care. Because like
Mhm.
Thor, I could give like the first two movies, I'm like, those are the most boring fucking. I do not care for the
Yeah.
first two Thor movies. They're they're so boring. I don't know, like not boring, but it's like just they're just there.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Then yeah, Thor Ragnarok comes in like holy shit, this movie is insanely good
Hmm.
and like stylized and like has a vision and it's funny. And I'm like, where the fuck? Like, how did where did this come from? You know what I mean? So then it just feels reinvigorated. Even
Yeah.
Captain America, like the first movie, I like the first one, but then it's like all of a sudden Winter Soldier comes out and I'm like, this is actually like a really good movie and
Hmm.
like really well done action. And it's like, holy shit, okay, I'm interested now.
Hmm.
It's just like they always do that. It's interesting. Or like if something kind of works, they find like a better way to do it. I don't know. They always keep me intrigued.